It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
On second down, Robinson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Play fake here, Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go, second down. Throw right side is caught by Samuel. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. Third down coming. Out of the gun, Daniels. Hits some space around midfield. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
If we had asked Sam Darnold coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Staying with Walker. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Toss play, this is Walker. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Third and long for him here. He finds Fant. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. It's fielded at the 14. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Commanders will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A toss now to Robinson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a 1st down as close as they were to the sticks.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. Has a man, it's Ertz. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Through 1 quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 36. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and short, Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. This is going to be a 46-yarder. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that will get them on the board.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So Seattle retakes the field for their 2nd series. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This is Walker on 2nd. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 47. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing off the play fake here. Connects with fans. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Walker gets the pitch, and they bring him down at the 18-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Daniels from the pistol. Quick slant to Samuel. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Daniels on 1st down. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. from the 39. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Again, Daniels to the air. Finds his target, Robinson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Still sticking with the passing game. Short pass brought in. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Brought in right side by McLaurin. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Steven Sims with the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's a catch, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Darnold now to throw. He finds Fant. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Now Seattle going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 31, into the hands of Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. It's a gain of 4 there, and the Seahawks will have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Throwing here, Darnold. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 23. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders polling in front after 2. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Seahawks sending their offense out to begin the 3rd quarter. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Now go with Walker on the counter. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Running with Walker again. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Play made by Deron Payne. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now an inside give to Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Gets this to Fant. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Now Darnold. Caught, nice gain left side. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks tie things 10-10. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Robinson on the inside give. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Another carry for Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Daniels back to throw. He gets this one to McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
From the 20 on 2nd down. Looking for an open man. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now, Daniels. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. He's on the move. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders grab the lead on their first series of the half. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. Pass complete to Walker. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
They're going play action. Trying for the deep ball. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Cooper caught the intended receiver. So that brings them to 3rd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Darnold to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 65 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Now it's Terry McLaurin on the target. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Daniels from the pistol. Complete. It's McLaurin. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's a pickup of 11. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did, got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They send a tight end in motion. Here's Robinson. And they needed more than 1 defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
They'll run it with Robinson. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Commanders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Darnold. He's on the move. Now here he goes.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. Walker hauls it in.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll motion him out of the backfield. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from the 41. Darnold now to throw. Into the hands of Walker. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 38. He lets a heater go deep, middle. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Seattle! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Option play. Here's a give to Eckler. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now Daniels off the play action. Getting out to his left. He's keeping it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. They've got first down from the 31. On the give, here's Robinson. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Staying with Robinson. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. They are now set for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.